Love pizza? Of course you do. Who doesn't?
That's the best damn pizza in town.
But sometimes you want something a little different. Or you can't decide between two cravings, pizza and something else. We say, why choose?
This is a chicken and waffles pizza, soul food on a slice.
It's like burrito in pizza form.
I'm a big fan of corned beef and definitely never had it on pizza before.
That's why we're going deep to dish out America's 8 greatest places for a different kind of pizza party.
It's a bunch of things that shouldn't go well together, but it does.
Why 8 and not 10? One for every slice in a correctly cut pie.
That's awesome. That's crazy. It's mind-blowing, actually.
Make sure to RSV Pizza for the Food Paradise Grade 8 Pizza Party. Our pizza hunt begins in San Diego. And as if perfect weather and awesome beaches weren't enough, they've also got some crazy good pizza. Here comes number 8 on the Grade 8 Pizza Party list. Away from the hustle and bustle of the more touristy areas of town sits Blind Lady Ale House, where they also pay homage to pizza's most perfect partner, beer.
It's like, okay, so you have milk and cookies. You can't just have the cookies, you gotta have the milk. Beer, pizza, you have to have them together. It's an injustice if you don't.
Which is why Blind Lady Ale House isn't just a top-shelf pizza joint, it's also San Diego's only nano brewery, offering an ever-rotating roster of beers only available on-site.
You never know what you're going to get week to week. That's what makes it exciting.
And that fresh selection philosophy carries over to their crazily eclectic pizza, too.
Whatever's growing at that season, a Blind Lady puts it on the pizza, and it's great.
One of Blind Lady's biggest sellers features one of San Diego's most abundant crops, the chorizo avocado pizza. Executive Chef Norbert Moniz is the man in charge of creating these playful pizzas.
We use 2 different flours that we blend together. Just since we're not using wood fire oven, we need to add a little bit of baking flour in there to help the cooking process.
The hand-tossed pizzas come out crispy enough to hold up all the goodness that goes on top.
So the sauce, we use canned red tomatoes, and we'll hand crush them, and we just don't do too much to them.
Each pizza gets a little salt and pepper, and then it's bon fromage.
We don't do mozzarella. We do actually fontina, which is a red wax Danish fontina. Really nice. It adds kind of like a nice little sharpness to the actual pizzas.
Fresh sliced Anaheim peppers give the pie a little zing, and it's ready for their house-made chorizo.
We've got a spice mixture that we've been using for a long time, and then we'll make giant meatballs and then bake them off the oven to be able to trap all the fat in there, so when you do bake it in the oven, some of it kind of seeps in the pizza and like spreads evenly flavor-wise.
A hearty pinch of oregano, and into the oven it goes until perfectly crispy.
I like to say whenever I don't stretch it properly that it's rustic, when it's not a perfect circle.
It's cut into 6 and finished with the freshest of ingredients.
We'll garnish it off with a little bit of tortilla cheese, which is like a Mexican Parmesan, and then a little bit of epazote, which epazote is a Spanish herb. It's a little bit on the bitter side, so we try to not put too much on there.
As for the avocados, timing their ripeness is always tricky.
They're always not ready, and then too late, you missed it. When they are in season and they are ripe and beautiful with yellow, green, it's nothing better than a nice avocado on top. This is our chorizo avocado pizza with house-made chorizo and farm avocados, finished with a little bit of cotija cheese and epazote.
The flavor journey! You can really taste the chorizo a lot, which I really like. It's super savory, and then the avocados kind of like cuts it, makes it nice and smooth and creamy.
Oh, God. I love pizza, but this is incredible. Unbelievable.
It's fall off your chair good.
Whether you want a truly unique beer or just a creative slice, Blind Lady Ale House won't leave you in the dark.
Crazy pizza, good beer, good atmosphere. What more do you need?
Located on the Gulf of Mexico, Gulfport, Mississippi is well known for their fresh seafood, but not necessarily for their pizza. But Tony's Brick Oven Pizzeria, our number 7 pick for the most out-of-the-box pizza, is aiming to change all that. And they're doing it with the biggest and the baddest pizza oven in town.
When I saw these ovens, I was just like, wow, these things are just great. We had the vision that when you walked in the front door, we wanted you to see the oven. We wanted people to know that they were walking into a pizzeria.
Chef and owner Tony Swigris knows nothing is more inviting than a warm hearth.
When we first opened, I remember people would call up for a to-go pizza, and they'd walk in, and we'd hand them the pizza, and they'd go, do you mind if we sit down and eat it?
Of course, with the Gulf only a stone's throw away, fresh seafood is featured on a number of their creative concoctions. But their most inventive pie has to be their gumbo pizza.
With our gumbo pizza, we start with our roux, and that's going to be our sauce.
Butter, olive oil, and flour are thrown into a pot to get that roux started.
Now we're going to add our Trinity onions. We're going to throw some red peppers in the pot. Last but not least, we're going to throw a little green pepper in there.
He adds a pitcher full of water, and this gumbo is ready for the spicing, starring that power couple, salt and pepper.
Next, we're going to add some gumbo filet. That's your secret ingredient in gumbos. Everybody puts filet in there. Don't ask me what it is, because I couldn't tell you what they actually make gumbo filet out of.
Filet is actually powdered sassafras leaves. Aside from giving it a little kick, it also thickens it up.
Next, we're going to add a little red pepper flakes. Not too hot, but you want a little kick to it. Something that makes it really pop.
Lastly, he adds his wife's top secret blend.
And that's going to brown it up real good.
He adds some fresh basil, thyme, and oregano, and he's through with the roux.
And believe it or not, this will be our pizza sauce.
Almost everything else at Tony's is baked in their big brick oven, including the rustic tomato sauce for the gumbo pizza. He tosses some cored Roma tomatoes in olive oil, salt, and pepper, then slides it into their 7-foot oven. Next, it's time for the shrimp show.
This is the Rockstar Gumbo right here. These are Gulf shrimp. They come right out of the Gulf. We're 2 blocks away from it.
The shrimp gets a hit of the old S&P and joins the tomatoes in the oven.
We might be the first to cook shrimp in a pizza oven.
While those cook up, Tony pulls out the other major topping for this pizza, andouille sausage.
Andouille sausage is a pork sausage. It's Cajun, and it's very vital to our gumbo pizza. And we cut it nice and thin.
So it's sort of like Cajun pepperoni.
Exactly, Cajun pepperoni, I like that.
Meanwhile, the tomatoes come out of the oven and get a sprinkling of minced garlic. Then they're mashed up.
See how those are nice and thick, and they come up and they're nice and clumpy? That's exactly what we're looking for right there.
It's finally pizza tossing time. Tony expertly stretches out his dough and grabs his gumbo roux.
We just take a spoon, spread it out. As you can even see bits and pieces of the Trinity right in there.
Then he lays out equal portions of andouille sausage, baked Gulf shrimp, and fresh Louisiana crab.
With every bite of our gumbo pizza, you're gonna get a little crab meat, you're gonna get a little shrimp, you're gonna get a little sausage.
He places some of the larger tomato chunks from his sauce on the pizza, adds a little bit of cheese, and finally some fresh okra.
If there's no okra in it, I don't think it's gumbo.
About 10 minutes baking in the bricks, and
here it is, our gumbo pizza. It's ready, the only pizza blessed by the Holy Trinity.
Wow. He's French Cajun. What do you expect?
That's delicious.
What do you expect?
Oh, try it.
This should... Wow, that is excellent.
I told
Must
you.
be a Cajun making this.
That's the best damn pizza in town.
It's really good.
Delicious.
You can even taste the roux, like the roux that they make for the gumbo. It's on there. Scrumptious.
It tastes like the best gumbo on the coast.
It's like a little spicy slice of heaven.
Tony's Brick Oven Pizzeria is bringing the terrific taste of the Gulf to the hungry locals, no matter how tiny they may be. Coming up, a Detroit pizza joint that dares to think outside the circle.
The corners are the best. You just take it and go, It's the best.
And another deep dish contender will leave you saying,
Eat your heart out, Chicago.
They're so jealous right now.